Hello and welcome back to Knack Kitchen, where today we are going to be making gingerbread cookies with royal icing decoration. We have finally made it to the end of this week, and there is no better way to end this Christmas special cookie edition than with a gingerbread recipe. Now, whether you like gingerbread or not, I am very certain that this cookie is going to change your mind. If you're not a fan of gingerbread, I urge you to try this recipe. You are definitely going to love this. And if you already like gingerbread, then, well, there's no way that you're not going to like this one either. That being said, I'm so excited to share this recipe, so without making you wait any longer, let's just dive into this video and see how we make it. So we're first dealing with our dry ingredients, and I have some flour in a bowl to which I'm adding some ground ginger, and along with that I'll add some ground cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg and a tiny bit of allspice powder as well. And finally I'm going to go ahead and add some baking soda, and that's all for the dry ingredients. We're going to mix this all together and set this aside. We also require clove powder, but since I did not have ground cloves, I added it in a different way, which you're going to see right about now. So I've got some soft unsalted butter in a bowl, to which I'm adding some brown sugar and I'm adding some white sugar, which I powdered in a mixer grinder with 2 to 3 cloves. And that's how you get your cloves in this recipe. And we're just going to mix this all together until it is soft, light, fluffy, and a lot lighter and paler in color as well. Now we're just going to crack one egg and mix that into the mixture as well. So now we're going to go ahead and add some orange zest, and along with that we'll add some molasses. And both of them are very vital in this recipe, so please don't skip either of them. The molasses gives this cookie a dark, rich texture and certainly a very dark, earthy flavor. I honestly love the color of this particular cookie dough. It's just so beautifully golden brown. And now we're going to go ahead and add the dry ingredients. And as always, I'll first add about 3/4 of the dry ingredients. Mix that in first with a spatula and then with a hand mixer, and then I'll go ahead and add the remaining dry ingredients. So now we're just going to finish off the cookie dough with the help of our hands, and you'll notice that the dough is very sticky, and that's particularly why I just wanted to dive in with my hands to show you that it is a very sticky dough. You don't need to add flour. It's ready to be transferred into a piece of plastic wrap, and I like to divide the dough in 2 parts. I'm going to use one for this video. So we're going to wrap this up and put this in the refrigerator to chill for at least 3 hours. As for the other half, we are going to wrap that up in plastic wrap as well, but this one is going to go into the freezer. You can keep this for up to 2 months and use it whenever you need. So once our dough is adequately chilled, we are going to go ahead and flour the work surface, in this case my pastry mat. We're also going to flour the dough and the rolling pin because this dough is still very soft. So make sure to use a lot of flour when you're rolling this out. And now we're just going to roll the dough out to the desired level of thickness, which is going to be about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch, and then we're just going to cut out the shape. And I'm mostly going to stick to gingerbread people with an occasional Christmas tree cutout as well. And now we're just going to directly bake this in a preheated oven. No need to chill the cookies anymore, they're not going to spread too much. As for the scraps, we can bring that back together into a ball and roll it out a second time and cut out more shapes. The only thing to be kept in mind is that when you roll it out a second time, your dough is gonna get a lot softer as it's been sitting at room temperature, so you might need to refrigerate the cutout pieces just for about 10 minutes so as to ensure that your cookies don't spread too much in the oven. So this is what our baked cookies are going to look like, and now it's time to decorate them with some royal icing. Now for the royal icing, we require some icing sugar, some meringue powder and some water, and that's all we need. So in my previous video, I made royal icing and I showed you what a flood consistency looks like, but today, since we are only going to make some detailings for the gingerbread people, we need a stiffer outline consistency, and that's what we're going to try and achieve over here. So I'm going to mix this all together, and you're going to notice that right now when I lift off my whisk, the pattern does not stay for too long. It stays for about 5 to 7 seconds, but we need an even thicker royal icing. So here I have some icing sugar and I'm going to add some more, 2 teaspoons at first, and we're going to whisk this in as well, and let's check if we are at the desired place. Now this is certainly thicker and the pattern stays for a little longer, nearly 10 seconds, but I feel like we need a little more sugar. So we'll add another couple of teaspoons of sugar and we're going to whisk this in as well. And now let's check the consistency once again. And now you can see this is a very thick icing, and at first you might think that this is way too thick, but it's not. It's pouring, it's still a pourable consistency, but it's a very thick one where the design or the pattern, once you lift the whisk, is going to stay for a lot longer. Even right now you can still see the pattern, and that's the consistency we're looking for. So now all that's left to do is make some happy faces on our gingerbread people, and that's all there is to these beautiful cookies. So here you have my recipe for gingerbread cookies. These gingerbread cookies are absolutely adorable to look at, but more importantly, they taste absolutely amazing. Trust me when I say this, the orange zest and the molasses makes all the difference. So it's really important that you get hold of both those ingredients, and you're definitely going to be impressed with the results. And with that, we've reached the end of Christmas Special 2020 Cookie Edition. But that's not all that I have for Christmas for you. I do have another Christmas recipe coming out this upcoming Tuesday, so please do stay tuned. And if you like this video, then please do give a like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you next Tuesday.